Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Narrated Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if any one of you stands for prayer, he should not spit in front of him, because in prayer he is speaking in private to Allah, and he should not spit on his right, as there is an angel. But he can spit either on his left or under his left foot and bury it. Narrated Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw expectoration on the wall of the mosque in the direction of the Qibla and scraped it off with his hand. It seemed that he disliked it, and the sign of disgust was apparent from his face. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if any one of you stand for prayer, he is speaking in private to his Lord, or his Lord is between him and his Qibla. Therefore he should not spit towards his Qibla, but he could spit either on his left or under his foot. Then he took the corner of his sheet and spat in it, folded it, and said, or do this. Narrated Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, do you consider or see that my face is towards the Qibla? By Allah, neither your submissiveness nor your bowing is hidden from me. Surely I see you from my back. Narrated Anas bin Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam led us in a prayer and then got up on the pulpit and said, if your prayer and bowing, I certainly see you from my back, as I see you while looking at you. Narrated Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered for a horse race. They trained the horses where to run from a place called Al-Hafiya to Thaniyat al-Wada, and the horses which were not trained were to run from Al-Thaniya to the mosque of Bani Zoraik. The sub-narrator added, Ibn Umar was one of those who took part in the race. Narrated Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, some goods came to Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam from Bahrain, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered the people to spread them in the mosque. It was the biggest amount of goods Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam had ever received. He left for prayer and did not even look at it. After finishing the prayer, he sat by the goods and gave them those to everybody he saw. Al-Abbas came to him and said, O Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, give me something too, because I gave ransom for myself and Aqil. Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him to take, so he stuffed his garment with it and tried to carry it away, but he failed to do so. He said, O Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, order someone to help me in lifting it. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam refused. He then said, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, will you please help me to lift it? Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam refused. Then Al-Abbas threw some of it and tried to lift it, but failed. He again asked, O Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, order someone to help me to lift it. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam refused. Al-Abbas then said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, will you please help me to lift it? He again refused. Then Al-Abbas threw some of it and lifted it on his shoulder and went away. Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam kept on watching him till he disappeared from his sight, and he was astonished at his greediness. Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not get up till the last coin was distributed. Narrated Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, I found the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the mosque with some people. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to me, "Did Abu Talib send you?" I said yes. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "For a meal?" I said yes. Then he sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to his companions, "Get up." They set out and I was ahead of them. Narrated Sahal bin Sa'd, a man said, "O Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if a man finds another man with his wife committing adultery, should the husband kill him?" Later on I saw them, the man and his wife, doing liyan in the mosque, taking oaths, one accusing and the other denying adultery. Narrated Atban bin Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to my house and said, "Where do you like me to pray?" I appointed to a place. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam then said, "Allahu Akbar," and we aligned behind him, and he offered 2 rakat prayer. Narrated Atban bin Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was one of the companion of Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam and one of the Ansar who took part in the battle of Badr. I came to Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, "O Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I have weak eyesight and I lead my people in prayers. When it rains, the water flow in the valley between me and my people, so I cannot go to their mosque to lead them in prayer. O Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I wish you would come to my house and pray in it, so that I could take the place as a musalla." Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Allah willing, I will do so." Next day after the sun rose high, Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu came, and Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked for the permission to enter. I gave him permission, and he did not sit on entering the house but said to me, "Where do you like me to pray?" I appointed to a place in my house. So Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood there and said, "Allahu Akbar," and we all got up and aligned behind him and offered a 2 rakat prayer and ended it with a taslim. We requested him to stay for a meal called Huzera, which we have prepared for him. Many members of our family gathered in the house, and one of them said, "Where is Malik bin Dakhshin or Ibn al-Dukhshan?" One of them replied, "He is a hypocrite and does not love Allah and His Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam." Hearing that, Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Do not say so." Haven't you seen that he said, "None has a right to be worshipped but Allah, for Allah's sake only"? He said, "Allah and His Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam know better. We have seen him helping and advising hypocrites." Allah Apostle sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Allah has forbidden the hellfire for those who say, 'None has the right to be worshipped but Allah, for Allah's sake only." Narrated Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to start everything from the right for good things. whenever it was possible in all his affairs, for example, in washing, combing, or wearing shoes. Narrated Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Habiba and Salama mentioned about a church they had seen in Ethiopia in which there were pictures. They told the Prophet ﷺ about it, on which he ﷺ said, "If any religious man dies amongst those people, they would build a place of worship at his grave and make these pictures in it. They will be the worst creature in the sight of Allah on the day of resurrection." Narrated Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when the Prophet ﷺ arrived Medina, he dismounted at Awali a Medina amongst a tribe called Banu Amr bin Auf. He stayed there for 14 nights. Then he sent for Bani an-Najjar, and they came armed with their swords. As if a man looking just now, as the Prophet ﷺ was sitting over his rahila with Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu riding behind him and al-Banu an-Najjar around him, till he dismounted at the courtyard of the Ayyub's house. The Prophet ﷺ loved to pray whenever the time of prayer was due, even at the sheepfolds. Later on, he ordered that a mosque should be built and sent for some people of Banu an-Najjar and said, "O Banu an-Najjar, suggest to me the price of this walled piece of land of yours." They replied, "No, by Allah, we do not demand its price except from Allah." Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu added, There were graves of pagans in it. Some of it was unleveled, and there were some date palm trees in it. The Prophet ﷺ ordered that the grave of the pagans be dug out and the unleveled land be level. Let and the date palm tree be cut off. So all that was done. They aligned these cut date palm tree towards the Qibla of the mosque as a wall, and they also built 2 stone side walls of the mosque. His companions brought the stone while reciting some poetic verses. The Prophet ﷺ was with them, and he kept on saying, "There is no goodness except that of the hereafter. O Allah, so please forgive me, the Ansar and the immigrants." Narrated Abu Al-Taya, Anas radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, the Prophet ﷺ prayed in the sheepfolds. Later on, I heard him saying, he prayed in the sheepfold because the construction of the mosque. Narrated Nafi, I saw Ibn Umar praying while taking his camel as a sutra in front of him, and he said, I saw the Prophet ﷺ doing the same.